Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we are going to be playing some more Strixhaven, historic with the mystical archives. What we are playing here today is an Izzet Phoenix list. For those of you who didn't play in third Ravnica block, Archlight Phoenix was a very powerful card. Basically, what you want to do with this type of deck is get Phoenix into your graveyard. On the turn, if you cast 3 or more instants or sorceries pre-combat, you get the Phoenixes back. So it's kind of like a self-mill spell slinger, so you're just kind of churning through your deck, playing a lot of spells, getting your Phoenixes back, and attacking. So this is something I want to see in Historic, and the reason that this is kind of getting legs again is the printing of Faithless Looting, draw 2, discard 2 with Flashback, as well as Brainstorm, draw 3, put 2 cards back. So it gives us 2 more 1-drop cantrips that also help fuel the graveyard. So this is something we want to try out. Historic is a format, though, that does have a lot of inherent graveyard hate. So stuff like Grafdigger's Cage, Rest in Peace, Scavenging Ooze, Leyline of the Void. So this is something we want to see how well this deck can actually play. Also, the power level has grossly increased since the time that Phoenix was one of the top tier decks. The printing of Narset also stops all the card draw, part of Veils. And then your payoff, in essence, is a 3/2 creature. So we want to see, is this something that is still viable in the format with these powered up spells? So the way we're kind of playing around this, you have a number of cantrips. You have Brainstorm, Opt, Faithless Looting. Then you have Chart of Course that you can draw and discard, Curate, which you can put some cards in your graveyard, and then draw a card, Thrill of Possibility, you can discard and draw. So there's a lot of ways to kind of get that value engine going. The burn spells that we have is Lightning Axe, so you can discard a card to deal 5 damage instead of paying 6 mana. So this is another way to ditch a card. You have Shock, just a cheap way to get burn damage in. I'm loving all these Mystical Archive alt arts. And then your payoffs are, like I said, the Archlight Phoenix. You can, with 3 mana, get a, so you could play a spell and play Stormwind Entity. Stormwind Entity is really nice with Brainstorm because you can put cards back and then scry them away as needed. And then you have Crackling Drake, 4 mana, X4, where X is the instant and sorceries in your graveyard or exile. And it draws a card when it enters. There is kind of a cutesy combo with Maximize Velocity to give it haste the turn it comes down. And this can be cast through your graveyard through the Jumpstart ability by discarding a card from your hand, in addition to paying its mana cost. So you can loot this early and then play it late, or if it just mills. One card I want to try out in place of a 4th Drake is pretty much Rowan. Let's ignore the Will side. Let's just hide Will. But it makes our instants and sorceries cost 1 less. So for our 2 mana items, and then its plus is it deals a damage to each opponent. If we've drawn 3 or more cards for the turn, she deals 3 damage. Brainstorm draws 3 cards. Faithless Looting draws 2 cards plus the card we drew for turn. So there's a number of ways we can get this ability triggered. Its ultimate also will allow us to copy spells. So it's an interesting kind of line of attack there. And then one finale, basically for 4 mana, you can trigger the 3 spells should you have a sorcery and instant in your graveyard. The mana base, we're just using a bunch of duels, 1 Fabled Passage, just you have another shuffle effect. And that's the deck. The sideboard, and I can't stress enough how much I hate this view. Magma Sprays, just cheap interaction for 2 mana, 2 Aether Gusts, some Abrades to also get rid of Cage, some Disputes, Negates, Fries. Really, you can't afford for Narset to resolve and stay on the board. You're going to have a hard time winning. Narset means Brainstorm says, don't draw 3 cards, instead put 2 cards from your hand back on top of your library. Anger of the Gods might be better as Sweltering Suns. I don't have Sweltering Suns. I'm not really going to craft it right now, but we'll see how this plays out. This also might just be better as Flame Sweep as a potential way to just one-sided, also at instant speed. And my thought of what I wanted to try as a... So I want to have an option that if they play Leyline of the Void, because we can't get rid of it, how do we play around Graveyard Hate? So that is a consideration for Ral's Storm Conduit. Ral, whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, we get to ping, and then we can copy spells. So this is another way to try to attack. Similar role to Rowan. It's 1 mana more. I want to see that. There's also 5 mana Ral. There's also Niv Mizzet Perrin. I don't love Niv Mizzet Baron only because we're playing 20 lions. So to get a 6-drop seems a little tough. Plus with like Wrath of God, stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to kind of deal with it now. So I want to try this out. They'll likely bring in creature removal. We can side into that. So if you play something like Shark Typhoon, they'll have the removal anyways. So let's try this out. One nice thing too is some of our threats gets around like Fatal Push. Eliminate doesn't hit it. The 4 toughness in some cases, but we'll give it a shot. We can probably just play Mythic Ladder with this one, see how it goes. So let me know if you do have any cool deck lists, anything working out for you in the YouTube comments. We'll be playing some more Historic. I think the format's a little fresh with Standard. I haven't given it too much time to brew right now. But we will definitely see how it goes. Let's play first. Sounds fine. So we'll opt here. We have the option to Lightning Axe something if needed. Looking for... yeah, I'll probably take Brainstorm. So here what I can do is I can Brainstorm into something. Okay, so we might have another Phoenix player. So I think we are gonna... we're probably just like eventually gonna hardcast these. We can put Finale back. Probably just do it like this. I think we hold back on the opt. We know what's on top right now. Would have liked like a Faithless looting to discard these. The Finale will be decent because actually I don't have an instant, so not as great. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this now. Lots of lands. Let's just get Drake going. Drake blocks Phoenix is nice. It also lets us cantrip here. Drawing the wrong half of our deck. These Lightning Axes aren't doing much. Okay, so they go looting. So it's a mirror match. They hit both their Phoenixes. I mean, if we draw one more instant or sorcery here, I could Lightning Axe, discard these two, and then get them back. That's kind of annoying. Oh my god, we have 20 lands in our deck. This is kind of ridiculous. Drew a good chunk of them. So they could have Lightning Axe here. They do. Drake. We need an instant or sorcery here. Drew half the lands in our deck that game. Magma Sprays. I think Dispute's fine. Don't think we want Fry. A Braid's also fine here, I think. I think we get rid of the Lightning Axe. Just not being able to cast these was kind of awkward. Do I want the Disputes? Probably not, to be honest, because the thing is they just have to cast a spell. It doesn't make a difference whether or not. Probably just a Thrill possibility. At the very least, we got to see what the demo of their deck was. It's that game, if we drew a cantrip at any time, we had the 2 Lightning Axe, we could have ditched our 2 Phoenixes. Not drawing Faithless Looting was also awkward. Gonna mulligan this hand. Gonna put back Maximize Velocity. That other hand, we had some cantrips, but we didn't have a play on one. Can go Rowan here. Let's go blue mana. Go Spire Bluff. The Magma Sprays will be decent against the Phoenixes. So would really like a brainstorm this turn. Maybe we want Brazen Borrower. Seems like a pretty decent tempo play, maybe instead of Thrilla possibilities. So double Phoenix gets binned here. Fortunately, don't have an instant. I could do this for 1. Because my concern is I Rowan. I don't get any value out of it. Why don't you let me? Return, cast up to 1 instant and 1 up to sorcery. Okay, there we go. Interface changed on it. So we get our Phoenixes here. I think we're discarding this and this. I like the Magma Spray better in this case because it will exile. That's fine. Because next turn I have Rowan here. Also have the Cerulean Drake. Or Crackling Drake. So we have some options here. I think we start with attacking. I can deal 3 here. I think we just go Drake, try to find a land. So I did the attack here. If they wanted to block, we had Magma Spray. Strategic Planning's another card. We're playing Curate right now. Strategic Planning looks at top 3, so maybe we play Strategic Planning instead. Did they hit a Phoenix? They didn't. So we'll looting here. Probably at this point just binning Rowan. So I can brainstorm. I think we looting first. No, let's brainstorm first. Let's put back this. Probably looting here. Bin. The shocks seem decent as just another way to enable. But we do have this. So I think we just bin the shock. Get our Phoenix back. Not finding a land. Would have liked that. So they can take a block on one of the Phoenixes. And like this, we're still keeping up with them. We still have these lootings to trigger. I have this Crackling Drake, so if I get with maximized velocity, I can cast it next turn. Okay, so they did go pairing. Their version's playing a bit bigger than ours, which is a bit unfortunate. So I think we do this. So this will force them to have to block, otherwise they're dead. So we do get to get Niv off the table. So if they don't block, they're dead there, but I think that's a reasonable trade. Haven't seen a Phoenix out of them yet. Still no Phoenix. There are 36 cards. A lot of this deck, like, if you don't find your Phoenixes, it's pretty bad. There's that Pillar of Flame. I think we're just continuing going this route. Set up for next turn. Oh, interesting. They didn't flash in Brazen Borrower. So we can loot next turn. Okay, so they hit one Phoenix. We have one Phoenix in our yard. Only have the one Phoenix. I do think I want Brazen Borrowers. Those seem like a nice addition, just from a tempo standpoint. Okay, so they have two Phoenixes here. Let's see if they attack. They do. Okay, they might be dead. So let's start off. with looting. Let's brainstorm. Trying to find an untapped land for the shock. Cool, we get it. So put this and this away. We want chart a course first. Actually, I should put the other land first. Can still play a land for turn, so we'll do this. So I'm doing this. I'm not showing them that we have the land, because they might not kill one of these. Okay, so they have the Magma Spray. That's what I was worried about. So I take them to 6. I can do it again next turn by just blocking. So I can hold up the shock. I can just trade in combat here, so no blocks. Because we only have the one Phoenix now. So we have to get a little defensive here. So we'll chart a course. I think we're just discarding Spire Bluff. Trying to find another Phoenix here. So I think we're going face here. Going to combat. Get our 2 Phoenix back, see what they play, because they can flash this into block. They might have like another Magma Spray. Burn spell here. They had the Magma Spray. Do they have another Magma Spray? Okay, so if they have a shock, they get me. Oh, it's 3 Phoenix. Yeah, they got me. 4 Phoenix. Well, they had the Magma Sprays. They got me. We couldn't really play around that. I guess we could have played the thing. I think we do want Brazen Borrowers here. So Thrill of Possibility could go away. This needs to be strategic planning. I think we get rid of, we'll put that in the sideboard. Brazen. I think we do a split. And then was I doing? Brazen Bar? Did I put it in? Okay, we'll run it like that. Other configurations were fine. We have the Magma Sprays. Have the Aether Gus. Instead of this, we'll play Rowan. Play 2 of these on the side. Stupid sideboard view. Let's try this version up. That first game we kind of got a little like tripped up in terms of not drawing our cantrips. The opponent did in the second game take a while to hit Phoenix, but I still don't think I love Niv there. Hand seems fine. Don't have a Phoenix to bin, but we have the setup here. We'll opt, hopefully find something. Is everyone on Phoenix today? I think I'm gonna keep a land here. So we'll put the Spire Bluff into hand. Phoenix goes into graveyard. I think we're just looking to set up here. We're gonna bin Steam Vents here. Drawing a lot of lands. Next turn, I can... Ooh, Magma Opus. You have my interest, opponent. Next turn, I can Strategic Planning and this. Not the best finale, but we'll strategic first. Let's put Brainstorm into hand. No more lands. Crackles is nice. This could be a Gearhulk deck. Wonder if they're Prismari Command. So we can see Gearhulk next turn. And this is what I was kind of concerned with, like the amount of hoops we just went through. They can easily have Gearhulk into Magma's Open. Ooh, Mythic's Mastery. Kind of a whatever mastery on their part, because we can just bounce this now, which is nice. So let's start off with Brainstorm. Let's put a land Lightning Axe back. Let's Faithless Looting. I think we're binning both of these because they largely don't do anything. Let's bounce this. Get back our Phoenix. So they can Prismari command Mastery Exiles. Okay. So they've exiled their 2 big spells. Indomitable Creativity. Do you just win? Oh shit. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. This is probably Dispute, Negate, Abrade, Rowan matchup. Let's get rid of these Lightning Axe. They're probably gonna bring in like Anger the Gods and stuff. This is fine. You can bounce the treasure. They can sack the treasure for mana. Instead, they have the tokens. But this still lets us interact, which I think is fine. Question is, like, do they have Narset? Do we want the Fries? Locust God's a 6/6, I think. I think we're just trimming one of these. I might just trim all the Chart the Courses. Shock's fine because it still hits Narset. Let's trim on one of these. Yeah, I think we're fine like that. We'll play 61 card special. To be honest, our life total doesn't matter that much in this matchup. When they beat us, they're likely going to beat us just point blank. Just set up like this. Jeez. Don't think we want either of those. Lots of lands. So they do have a chance to resolve Narset here, which is going to suck. They can Mizzix Mastery that. I'm not too concerned. Okay, can we stop deck? So I can use Chart a Course here. So let's put this back and this back. So discard Maximize Velocity. Because they can make 2 tokens here, I am somewhat concerned with that. So let's go with Opt here. So we can Crackling Drake with haste next turn. See what they have. land lets them combo next turn. So like we did all that and now they can just win. So it's like kind of silly. When that's basically what you're trying to do and it doesn't work. I think we save this for the following turn. Let's just get Phoenix out. So we want to dig here, I think. So let's go looting. Because this gets better if we can surprise them. Okay, that's actually good as well. I think we're just binning. Because I want to bounce one of these and play Stormwing. Do that. Do I want strategic planning? Probably not. We want to find either like a Phoenix or a 1-mana cantrip. This is 8 damage next turn. That's 13 we could hit him for. Can also cast 3 spells, which I don't mind. So like I can go Faithless, Looting, Brainstorm. Can also shock the face. So let's go shock, Faithless Looting. Let's cast this first. Guess not. This is actually interesting. I think given what we just drew, we need that land. Because this saves us from the combo. I go shark here. I think we're fine with this. So I can do this. I could have bounced it, got in the damage. This does let me die to Prismari command. They could also just try to combo here. Still not like great by any means. We do have shock, so I can. That lets me block for a turn. Could let you flash in. Don't love this. I was hoping for Sage. I need to hold this back. See, like, the opponent's allowed to play a little bit more reactive. We're only having one Phoenix kind of sucks. I think we are just doing this. Killing this. Flash in this, see if we can start churning. Just big shark here. Am I dead? Probably. Yeah. Opponent's deck's just doing better things than us. Can flash this in. So I have to block the shark here. So do I have... The problem is even at this point, I don't have enough. Go, go, Rowan.
If the Prismari want refinement, I just need to be patient.
Maybe? I mean, any card draw? No, that's not enough. Not enough. And they just loot. Alright, not the best showing for Phoenix, to be honest, but wanted to demo the deck, give you a feel for what the deck is kind of all about, and we can go from there. Appreciate everyone watching as always, and if you can, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate the support as always. Thanks for watching.